What's going on, YouTube? Back at it with another video. Look, man, we got us some true crime, man. It's the case of Misty Morse. I think that's how you say it. Misty Morse. Yeah, Morse. Yeah, on me. Yeah, man, before we get into this video, I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, turn them post notifications on. Fire up one of them things if you got one. You know, one of them good ones. If you got some bullshit, don't even look at it. Sell it. Get rid of it. Don't even sell that shit. Just throw it in the trash. Burn it. And see if it just happened to get you high. Just burn it. Throw it in the fireplace and see if your granny walk in there like, you know, just see who get high off of it. But you don't need to. That's some bullshit. Throw it away. Go get you some of that gab, man. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into this video.
Told me a while ago that you last saw her on a Wednesday night.
At midnight.
Wednesday midnight. What were the circumstances then?
She had come in from work, and she was getting changed to go out. And she said, "I'll see you in the morning, Mom."
I'll see you in the morning, Mom. Those were the last words Misty Morse ever spoke to her mother. A promise that would never be kept.
I answered the phone, and then I heard her screaming, "She's dead. She's been murdered." I said, "What? Who is this? What are you talking about?" She said, "Misty, she's dead."
Just days later, Misty's life would be tragically cut short.
Damn, y'all done killed her. She looked just like her mama. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's get a good look at that. Look at the nose, to the mouth structure, to this part right here. Down to the eyes and the eyebrows. She looked like her mama, boy. God damn. You're your mama daughter for sure.
Leaving behind a mystery that would haunt her
She was hella
family
pretty.
and the community for years to come.
Big question is why? What would drive someone to do something like that?
What happened to Misty? And how did a life full of
She
promise...
looked like my niece, fam. Yep. Video finna piss me off. She looked too close like my niece. You ain't gonna kill my motherfucking niece. And have me react to the shit. You know, I ain't one of them niggas you do that to, Shine.
End so abruptly. The search for answers
Go grab me a water
begins
bottle.
now. Misty April Morse was born on April 10th, 1978, in Springfield, Ohio. Her family's eventual move to Indian Harbor Beach, Florida, marked a pivotal new chapter, offering her the chance to grow and explore new passions. Misty's early years in the Sunshine State were full of fun and adventure, but her life took a significant turn in 1996 when her parents separated. After the divorce, Misty and her mother, Linda, settled into a new home in Brevard County. Despite the change, she remained close to her father. Throughout her late teens and early 20s, Misty worked various jobs to make ends meet, finding work at several local clubs and bars. Eventually, she
started stripping. Fuck. Finding work at local clubs and bars, shaking ass cheeks. They should have went ahead and just told us. Making us think and guess about it. Fuck, Misty. You done went to one of them clubs and attracted one of them freaky niggas. And they done got you. Oh, we gotta find out what happened to Misty, man.
decided to further her education and enrolled in a local college. Friends described Misty as a free-spirited, fun-loving young woman who never took life too seriously. She had a vibrant social circle and enjoyed spending her days out with friends. In the early hours of July 20th, 2000, Misty arrived home from work and began getting ready for a night out with a friend. Her mother, Linda, was also awake, preparing for her 3 a.m. shift. As Misty chatted with her mother, she received a couple of quick phone calls. After the call, Misty said her goodbyes, promising she'd see her in the morning. Little did she know this was her last goodbye. When her mother arrived home the next morning, Misty wasn't there. Initially, she assumed Misty must have stayed over at a friend's house and didn't think much of it. Another day passed, and Misty still hadn't returned or made contact.
I don't know what made me think of that, but what if a nigga just ran by you real quick? You as a female, you wearing these. Ladies, you wearing these right here. A nigga run by you with a quarter and throw them bitches at your ankle as hard as they can. Just one quarter. Bow! What you gonna do? Because you're not gonna chase him. Think about that. Like, motherfucker just walk up on you. Nigga, the whole quarter, the ankle thrower bandit. He just walk up on you and throw a quarter at your ankle. Foul! Oh! 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 And run. What you gonna do? You can't do nothing. You don't even got the train of thought to call the cops. You can't do shit. Yeah, that nigga caught you off guard with some crazy shit.
Another day passed, and Misty still hadn't returned or made contact. Growing concerned, her mother began calling Misty repeatedly. It was unusual for Misty not to check in, especially if she planned to stay away for a day or two. Worried, her mother reached out to Misty's friends and eventually her father, but none had seen or spoken to her. With each passing day, her worry deepened. On July 24, 2000, a retired judge stepped out for a quiet stroll to check on his boat moored in the lagoon behind his home. Little did he know that this peaceful moment was about to be shattered by a grim discovery.
Somebody done dumped
As he
her into
strolled
the
along
ocean.
the wooden dock, his gaze...
Damn, that's a nice ass backyard. Shit. That's nice. Like, bro, and it's so much motherfucker. You guarantee gonna have an alligator in that backyard for sure. Yeah, it's guaranteed, 100%. But that's why they got the personal, so they can just swim just in case. But I wouldn't even just in case, because he'll just crawl out of here and go in there. But bro, you can fish right here. Get your boat going here and fish real big. Go in the house, barbecue. Man, look like a safari out here. This looks beautiful. I want some shit like this. I'll be in the backyard every day.
Fell on something
Fishing
unusual floating in the water below. He leaned in for a closer look, and his eyes widened in shock.
He noticed this really pungent smell, and he followed the scent to the edge of his property and found there was what he thought at first was a dead manatee that had washed up into his backyard. And then he quickly realized, it was shocked to find that it was the body of a young woman.
The horrified man raced back to his house, grabbed his phone, and called 911.
Raper.
Officers from the Brevard County Sheriff's Office arrived quickly and started their investigation. Right away, they noticed the body quickly and started.
That's hella the backyard, bro. Them trees. Damn, imagine that's your backyard. Oh my gosh. That look good. But you can't let the kids play back there. Not the little ones. They gonna fuck around, drown in the lake. That's the only scary part about having some stuff like that. Your niece's nephew, your daughter's son. You can't find them, then you just catch them floating right here by these rocks one day. You just like, oh my God. Yeah, he drowned. Him died. Him's dead. You's a bad parent. You're supposed to be watching him.
Started their investigation. Right away, they noticed the body was in an advanced state of decomposition, suggesting the woman had been dead for several days. It was obvious that her death wasn't an accident. Her eyes, mouth, and neck were tightly bound with white duct tape, while her hands and feet were tied with marine rope, with intricate knots securing her wrists to her ankles. Plastic grocery bags from Publix were strapped around her body, held in place by rolls of spline, a rubbery black material. Investigators suspected these bags might have been weighted with rocks or sand to sink the body. Detectives searched the shoreline for clues, hoping to find a wallet, phone, or purse, anything that could help identify her. But their search came up empty. Due to the body's state of decomposition, medical examiners couldn't pinpoint an exact cause of death, though they suspected asphyxiation. Investigators then checked for any recent missing persons reports that might match the unidentified woman, but nothing came up. Misty's disappearance had...
Hold on, so they couldn't figure out who she was, but y'all could go pick a fossil up and find out that it was a fucking 16-year-old T-Rex from BC time? But y'all can't figure out who she was from her dead body? Nothing like her hair, her bone molecule, nothing. Motherfuckers don't like to do y'all job. That's all I figured out. Y'all like to do y'all job when y'all feel like it. When it's worth the time. She missing. I feel like y'all need to do y'all job now.
Hadn't yet been reported to the police. As a last step, they tried fingerprinting. Despite the skin's deterioration, forensic experts were able to lift fingerprints using a technique called degloving, which eventually led to her identification through the database. After confirming the body's identity, officers made the heartbreaking call to Misty's mother, Linda, to deliver the tragic news. Linda was utterly devastated, crushed by the brutal reality of her daughter's fate. Her grief echoed in every word as she called a family friend, her voice trembling and breaking into screams of anguish. This is Misty's father.
I answered the phone and then I heard her screaming, "She's dead. She's been murdered." I said, "What? Who is this? What are you talking about?" She said, "Misty, she's dead."
Dang.
I almost fell down. I mean, literally, I almost fell down. I said, "What happened?" She goes, "Somebody killed her. They found her in the water." I said,
Oh.
There wasn't anything I could do. It just...
My motherfucking heart would have dropped it to my ass. What? Nigga, you hear that? Like, she's gone. She's murdered. She's dead. And they found her in the water. Oh. I'll be farting heartbeats for the next six years, nigga. What? That should have hurt.
made no sense at all.
Later, investigators arrived at Linda's home for an interview. She did her best to recount the events of the last night she saw Misty, her voice heavy with sorrow as she relived those final moments, now forever changed by loss.
You told me a while ago that you last saw her on a Wednesday night.
At midnight.
Wednesday midnight. What were the circumstances then?
She had come in from work, and she was getting changed to go out. And she said, "I'll see you in the morning, Mom."
Misty hadn't shared who she planned to meet that night, but Linda noticed her daughter's casual outfit and took it as a sign. Misty was likely meeting someone she felt completely comfortable with, someone she didn't feel the need to impress. Linda recalled Misty receiving 2 calls in the early hours of July 20th, just before leaving. Investigators promptly subpoenaed Misty's phone records, but in 2000, retrieving such data could take weeks. In the meantime, they pushed forward, interviewing those closest to Misty. Friends and co-workers mentioned rumors that Misty might have been pregnant, a potential lead investigators couldn't ignore. Could her pregnancy have been a motive? Linda also gave authorities a few names, including that of Misty's boyfriend, Teddy Underwood. Teddy and Misty had been dating for just 2 months at the time, and investigators wondered if he might have reacted badly to news of her possible pregnancy.
That nigga get mad at any fucking thing. You said you did what? I gave that man a napkin. He said he had to wipe his mouth. This nigga just get mad and beat his women up. That nigga beat his sister up. Yeah, I see it all in his face. His little sister hate the fuck out him, but love him at the same time. It's weird. They got a weird thing going on over there. I can't really explain it. His mama gonna have to explain it. But yeah, it's weird. He been weird. All his life he been like this. It don't surprise his family, but it surprised us.
He had been dating for just 2 months at the time, and investigators wondered if he might have reacted badly to news of her possible pregnancy. Teddy was called in for questioning, and it quickly became apparent he didn't view their relationship as serious. He also claimed no clear knowledge of whether Misty was pregnant. For the early hours of July 20th, he provided an alibi, stating he was at work, a claim investigators later confirmed, clearing him as a suspect. As detectives sifted through evidence from the crime scene, They were struck by the intricate knots binding Misty's body. This level of detail suggested the killer might have experience with knot tying, leading them to consider professions like a boat captain, a Coast Guard member, or someone with Navy training. With this clue, they hoped they were one step closer to the truth.
The rope that was used to tie Misty's hands and legs had a cow hitch knot, which is not necessarily something the general public knows how to do.
Detectives concentrated on the many layers of tape wrapped around the victim's face, hands, and limbs. Her head was encased.
One of them sneaky motherfuckers that been doing this shit for a while. He one of them serial killers that be going around don't get caught. He gotta be one of them. And done got him one. Yeah, this nigga tying different knots that police don't even get taught to tie. Come on, bro. He knows some shit.
Her movements restricted.
There's tape wrapped around the head. She was controlled. She was bound, tied up.
Though it looked like duct tape, this tape was unusual, appearing in white rather than the typical metallic gray.
They got white duct tape?
At that time, white duct tape was incredibly rare, which heightened the authorities' interest. They hoped the tape's adhesive might hold trace evidence, like fingerprints or DNA. But their hopes dimmed when no such evidence emerged. It seemed like another dead end. Then, almost by chance, they found a few short black hairs stuck to the tape. The detectives knew these couldn't belong to the victim, as her hair was a distinct brown with a reddish tint. This discovery hinted that the hairs might belong to the killer. After meticulously combing through the crime scene, all evidence was sent for testing. Unfortunately, the technology in 2000...
Every time he say that, you be like, damn. Oh, so since they said the killer should be over here, so they will be over there by 2. Cops show up at 2. Unfortunately. Fuck. Everything's going to be all right. It's going to be a great ending. If she decides to go into that door. But unfortunately... Like, fuck! She didn't go in the damn door. Like, what? That motherfucker, that unfortunately will get you every time.
For testing. Unfortunately, the technology in 2000 couldn't analyze DNA as precisely as today, so this lead couldn't be fully pursued. Their frustration grew as they met with the medical examiner the next day for autopsy results. The examiner's report indicated the body had been underwater for less than 72 hours. However, exposure to the elements made it impossible to confirm the exact cause of death. There were no gunshot wounds, no broken bones, no obvious signs of trauma. This left detectives with 2 chilling possibilities. Either the victim had been strangled or suffocated by the tape wrapped over her nose and mouth, or she had been thrown into the water while still alive. Investigators pressed on, conducting more interviews in hopes of narrowing.
That man put that bag over her head. I don't think she had a bag over her head. She had to have. And he just tossed her in there and had rocks in her shit to sink, and she couldn't swim back up because she tied up and she just drowned. Simple as that, bro. Oh my God, that is a scary death. She probably got Riz-aped too a little bit.
Going down their list of suspects. One individual that Linda suggested they look into was Bobby Cooper, someone Misty had recently met at a house party. Linda was particularly suspicious of Bobby, as he had been at their home just days before Misty's death. However, Bobby was quickly ruled out as a suspect. He didn't fit the profile of the killer. He had no criminal record, had never served in the military, and didn't own a boat. Nevertheless, Bobby's interview turned out to be a crucial turning point in the investigation. While he wasn't the killer, he did provide the detectives with a name that seemed to match the profile they were searching for. Misty's ex-boyfriend, Brent.
Hell yeah. Misty's ex-boyfriend. What the fuck was she doing with him? That nigga ugly than a motherfucker, Shan. Like, what the hell? This nigga sideways in the motherfucker. God damn.
Huck.
What really stood out is when I met Brent the first time, he was bragging about how he was a Navy SEAL.
What did she say about their relationship?
So they were engaged, I guess. He was pretty.
I don't even think he raped her. I think he just got mad
Acting
that
on
she
Bobby
moved on.
Cooper's tip, investigators located Brent Huck, who lived on South Merritt Island, just south of where Misty's body had been discovered. They invited him for an interview, and Brent agreed to cooperate. During the interview, Brent revealed he came from a wealthy family and worked as a charter boat captain. He also confirmed that he had served in the Navy SEALs. Despite being in a new relationship, Brent admitted that he had continued seeing Misty after their breakup. Brent acknowledged having spoken to Misty on the night she disappeared in the early hours of July 20th, 2000, and confirmed he was aware of her pregnancy, admitting to being the likely father.
I saw Chris Manning, Shelly, girlfriend Shelly. Shelly told me that Misty was still pregnant. She's not Misty, and she was pregnant with my child. What? Yeah. And I asked her, I was like, look, what the hell is going on? I saw her on the left, I was like, you're not pregnant. You know, why do I keep hearing this? It's really cool.
Brent's background.
Did this nigga try to kill her because she got a baby on the way? Talking about it can really ruin his life. Stop sticking your dick in shit if you scared to have the baby. Simple as that. Nigga, I'm talking to you. So you gonna end up like this nigga here. If you know you're not a good father by heart, because if a good dad, we just know it. We're like, I don't even got kids, but I know I'm gonna be a great dad. It's just, you know who you are. If you know you not a good dad, nigga, stop sticking your dick in shit. Simple as that. You don't need to get none. I think honestly, as women, it's really y'all fault, to be honest. Y'all got all control of the coochie. But I think y'all should go around and see if niggas take care of their kids. And if they don't give them no pussy. And then tell everybody from that go to this nigga, like, don't give him, girl, you don't take her. And then make sure she don't. And if she try to still give him something, beat her ass. Like, or put her in her truck, or like, bitch, you not gonna fuck with him. He don't take, don't let that nigga have nothing. Take care of the motherfucking kids, man. Shit, what the fuck?
Being a former Navy SEAL and a charter boat captain, combined with his connections to Misty and his dismissive attitude during the interview, made him a prime suspect. The authorities then asked for permission to search Brent's home, which he granted.
You don't want a baby with that nigga anyway.
Upon arrival, investigators noticed a Rottweiler with short black hair, similar to that found on the duct tape used to bind Misty. Brent claimed the dog was a gift from Misty. As they searched, they discovered a roll of rubber spline, which is typically used for weatherproofing windows, an unusual item for a household. This, along with other items found in Brent's kitchen and bedroom that matched evidence from the crime scene, including Publix bags and white duct tape, raised further red flags. Outside, Brent confirmed that a boat docked in the nearby waterway belonged to him and allowed officers to search it. Inside, they found 2 strands of hair on the floor, along with matted hair near a fishing rod holder. The ropes in the boat also matched the type used to bind Misty. After collecting the evidence,
little face, that nigga eyeballs little. Nigga, you out here killing people and you ain't even got lips, nigga. Who the fuck do that? Why the fuck his eyebrows so close to his eyelids? That shit weird, nigga. That nigga nose leaning. Head bigger than a motherfucker. That nigga got a head on him, don't it? That motherfucker's big. 78 head. The fuck? This nigga out here killing people because he don't want kids. Have an abortion. Plan B. You could have just been a absent father. Literally, like, this nigga's stupid. He sucks. I hope that nigga's getting butt right now.
Questioned Brent, who made a telling remark. There couldn't be an explanation for a woman tied up and thrown in the river. This statement, which revealed knowledge about details not yet released to the public, further implicated him. Despite the mounting circumstantial evidence, the state attorney was hesitant to press charges, stating that the evidence wasn't conclusive enough. He argued that common materials like duct tape, rope, and rubber spline could be found anywhere, and Misty's hair on the boat could simply mean she had visited Brent. This setback was deeply frustrating for both investigators and Misty's family. Undeterred, authorities continued to work the case, hoping for a break. That break came in 2002 when a landmark ruling in the California case made pet DNA admissible in court. Investigators sent the black dog hair found on the duct tape for comparison with Brent's dog's DNA, and the results confirmed it was a match. With this critical piece of evidence, combined with the growing circumstantial evidence, the state attorney's office agreed to proceed with the prosecution. On October 23, 2002.
Lucky Zay so. Lucky Zay so. Lucky Zay so. Lucky Zay so. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Brent Huck was arrested and charged with the murder of Misty Morse. During the trial, prosecutors argued that Brent had killed Misty out of fear that her pregnancy could threaten his new relationship. They painted a chilling picture of how he lured Misty to her death under the guise of reconciliation. The prosecution presented compelling circumstantial evidence collected by detectives, including the critical DNA match from the dog hair found at the crime scene. After all the arguments
that shit crazy though. Niggas that scared to get caught cheating, bro. Like, just get caught, nigga. What's she gonna do? Kill you? She might, nigga. So don't get caught. Never mind. Don't get caught. Don't listen to me. Fuck that. Don't listen to me. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Don't do it. But don't go off and kill the bitch. Like what the fuck?
Evidence were laid out.
That nigga look like a cartoon. This nigga look like a lawyer, a president, and a police officer, like a police chief at the same time. And then he just look like a dad that's mean as fuck, but he actually a good dad. He just fucking mean.
It was time to determine Brent's fate. In May 2003, Brent Huck was convicted of first-degree felony murder and felony kidnapping. He was sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms without...
Why they showing this? Because she didn't even do that. This is like showing somebody to get to escape and everything. They shouldn't have put that in here.
Without the possibility of parole. He is currently serving his sentence at Florida's Apalachicola Correctional Institution. This verdict brought a sense of closure and justice to Misty's family, ensuring that her tragic death did not go unanswered.
I don't want him dead. I want him to spend the next 500 years
you gotta
in
let
jail.
him suffer.
And I want him to remember every day of his life what he did. I'm just glad that he can't do it to anyone else.
This case highlights the importance of never giving up on seeking justice, even in the face of adversity. It also serves as a reminder of the crucial role that dedicated investigators and communities play in holding individuals accountable for their actions. Though Misty's life was tragically cut short, the search for justice ensured that her story was not forgotten. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as heartbreaking...
Look at this snake. Oochie coochie, this nigga eat banana pudding, head ass. But he eat banana pudding with no banana or no uddin. He just eat just straight pud. Just a eating ass. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video, man. I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. Keep them post notifications on. If you don't got them on, turn them on. And y'all have a good day, good night, and a good week. I'm out this thing. Peace.